Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Rapper Cat Podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Young OG, back with my co-host, Jay Edwards.
How y'all doing?
I was about to say you gonna say something.
How y'all doing?
Man, I'm not into playing games. I ain't about to joke with you this time. So top three.
Top three.
Give me your top three things you want to see from the podcast.
From this podcast?
From this podcast. The
Oh
only one that
man. We definitely, I always tell you this, we need more of like the antagonist approach. I ain't saying like on no Skip Bayless type thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we definitely need,
dig a little more.
A little bit more fire out here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna provide some conducive hostility. I'm not gonna say pure
Conducive hostility.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying, like, come on here and just be like, oh, I ain't saying all that. I'm saying, like, something that's going to push the topic to get a little deeper. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could say just me. You need me on the podcast because it's a rare occurrence that, you got friends that.
It's a rare occurrence that you even make public appearances.
That is very true. And I'm not trying to make a habit out of this, so I'm going to take myself out of that.
Yeah, we'll see you again next year.
Yeah, for sure. But for real, bro, that's all. For what you're doing right now, it's a good platform. So for me to reach that next level, of course, you start reaching out to the community and make a bigger community impact. But other than that, man, yeah, you just gotta get the conversations a little bit. You gotta grasp that audience. I mean, without getting too crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just grab the audience a little bit more. Like I said, reach out to the community. Get a little bit more informative on stuff that's, pressing in the community. Like expansion. A lot of people trying to be entrepreneurs out here. You get some people on here that's, that's somewhat made it or already made it or have some type of blueprint. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd definitely be dope.
All right.
That's all I got for you, though. To be honest.
That's fine. That was like three things, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two
three
and a
things.
half. Something like that.
2.5, most likely. But before we get started, also, happy 2-year anniversary to the podcast.
Okay.
Definitely shot with us whenever you get a pair of the mesh
2
shorts.
years in the game.
You get a free shirt. It's already on the website, so shop with us.
Yes, sir.
But I had a fire conversation last night. I ain't gonna disclose the name because last time I dropped the name, it was like
that's bad for business.
Yeah, so I had a fire conversation last night, and it was basically talking about who are you more intimate with, your soulmate, which could be a friend, it could be like your significant other, or your actual relationship. And I ain't really know how I felt about it, cause
the
way I see it is, you know what I'm saying, the part like I ain't realized it till like college, but it's like you can have a soulmate that's your best friend, or it's just a friend, like they your soulmate. Yeah. But then you can also have like your relationship, and the intimacy levels are different. Like I've had friends be like, I tell my best friend everything, don't matter what happened in the relationship. And then it's on the other side, it's like, no, I tell my person everything, and I tell my best friend I limit it because that's my person.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, my brother, shout out to my brother Hood. I ain't gonna never put no government out there. But he always, especially with the place that he's in now, his level of intimacy with his person stays with that person. Like, my business is my business with my significant other. And for me, where I'm at right now, I feel like that is I feel like that's something that everybody needs to practice just in order to be able to provide a healthy, sustainable relationship for what you're dealing with. Yeah, and I'm with you. Even for your best friends, your homies, like, certain stuff does not need to be discussed, especially when it comes to, being intimate with your partner. Certain stuff doesn't need to be discussed with your peoples outside of your relationship. However, you do have people that you go to that you can, throw a scenario out and they give you the best advice possible. So I definitely agree with you on that. Your person is your person and needs to stay in with your person. But your homies, you know, I covet my homies big time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can meet my family, but you might not ever meet the homies. Like,
Right.
you might
Right.
not ever meet
That's
the
a fact.
homies.
That's a
Because for
fact.
me, the homies is a place of peace. Like,
Mhm.
not saying that my family doesn't bring me peace, but the homies is like, if I pull up, I ain't really got to worry about nothing. Like, we already on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you walk into the homie house. Like, you walk in my crib. You like, I'm in the crib. That's a different type of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, peace. So, like, my homies, if I go see my homies, if I bring my girl around my homies, I really love you. Like,
Yeah.
I love you. And I only have done that with one girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that within itself was new for me.
Yeah, that's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
That's a different dynamic.
That was new for me. And it actually worked out in my favor, you know what I mean? Because it brought my homies, it also helped my homies get clarity on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, this is the Jay that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that actually brought everything together, but still there's a line that I should never cross when it comes to me and her and the homies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can mesh, but oftentimes, you know, practicing some privacy is actually great.
See, I'm conflicted on how I feel about it because, like I said, you can have your soulmate be like, I know it's like two girls that I used to go to college with, and
Okay.
they were like linked in. No matter what, they were telling each other everything.
Mm.
But like at the same time, like the level of intimacy that they would have with their boyfriends wouldn't be as high as they had between each other. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's a little weird.
it's a little weird, but that's not the first time I done seen that.
That's a little weird.
So I've been like, I don't know how to feel, and vice versa. I know like dudes would be like, yeah, bro, like I ain't telling my girl that. I tell the homies that so that when I'm with my girl, I got the peace and she ain't got to worry about nothing. Which
I mean,
I understand to an
yeah,
extent.
certain situations, like if something happened, like for me, I can only use me as an example.
Mm-hmm.
If like health wise, if I know something crazy happening,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more apt to be like, how can I fix this before my girl know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's bad. That's real bad. But being the type of person that I am, I don't want her worrying.
Mm-hmm.
Because that worry leads to stress, and then her stress leads to her being on top of me, and then I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
So I get it, but in all actuality, especially if you love her like you're supposed to, you got to tell her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Got to. And that's for both sides. That's the only way that's going to work. I mean, just going back to the previous podcast, you gotta be able to provide that platform of emotion, because ain't nobody going to know how to deal with you in that emotion unless you provide it.
Mm-hmm.
So even in those hurting moments, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get over yourself. You can't hold that much pride to the point you leaving your lady out of the picture of something that you need help on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's a learning curve for me, for sure. Like, I'm at the point now I don't even get to set my own doctor's appointments. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I know this X, Y, and Z. You got an appointment in 2 weeks on Tuesday at 9:15.
Oh,
And
nah.
I'm like, huh? She was like, yeah. And you really thinking out here that you hiding. Like, bro, when you really in tune with somebody, you can't hide much of anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I bet. Like, before I came back to work, I had like a slew of appointments.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I was going to be like, all right, I can get out of this is if I went. It was either she going to keep hounding me or I'm just going to go get it checked out. And it's not a fear or nothing to go to the doctor. I feel like I'm fine.
Right.
You know
I don't
what I'm
need to.
saying? I feel like I'll need to, but just to provide that security blanket of, I know that my man or my woman is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Provide stability, bro. Like, people, we at the age now where people are like, look, it's either yay or nay, bro. We about to jump this broom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, they want to make sure health-wise, and then, you know, you start attacking on children and stuff like that. Yeah, you got to make sure everybody copacetic, even if you're reluctant to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. I ain't. That is insane. The appointment. I don't know what I would do in that situation,
Bro, like legit, like I don't even get the calls to confirm that I'm still coming. Like it'll
I
be
can
like,
see that too.
right? It'll be like,
I can see that.
Hey, such and such and such. Is she around? I'm like, this is not even for her.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to talk to her for? Well, she set the appointment, huh? And sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, she just looking out for me.
Yeah,
And I gotta respect that joint. So, yeah, shouts out to her for sure. I gotta take it for what it is, bro. I gotta take it for what it is.
that joint is crazy to me. But knowing her, I could definitely see it.
Yeah, I mean,
I could definitely see it.
and especially since I'm a background guy, like I don't really necessarily want to be in the forefront of anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to take care of everybody in front of me, and then I'll worry about me later. Even though, again, that's a bad habit that I have created.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So she makes sure while I'm taking care of everything, like, well, the majority of everything, she's like, well, hey, I saw this. We about to make sure you okay. And you just got to roll with it, bro. You just got to roll with it. It creates balance.
So you feel like, because I'm still trying to process, do you feel like the level of intimacy should be like a little bit different? Because I feel like they were saying like indifferent in the fact that like certain stuff all the time. I know for me it's been true. Like certain stuff that I would never probably tell the homies. I told.
Oh yeah,
girl.
yeah. You gonna tell shorty?
But then on the flip side, it'd be like certain stuff I told the homies I would never tell my girl.
Man, look, I'm gonna be real with you. Unless it's personal, like me, you can chop up about something that's personal. I can't say nothing to her because for one, I respect our relationship, and she has enough respect to me to not even ask about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when you live with your shorty and y'all actually like are cohesive, it's hard not to start to bud that flower of like I can tell you anything. Because at the end of the day, that like we were talking about last week, my OG was like, at the end of the day, you want your girl to be who?
Yeah,
the homie.
The homie.
You want her to be the homie. Like this is going to be the person that you do everything in life with. So at the foundation of that, you want her to really, really, really just be like, yo, I rock with you on a level that a lot of people will never see with people outside of a relationship. Because genuinely inside of that house, it's like, bro, I rock with you, bro. I might not like you right now, but at the end of the day, this love that I genuinely have for you, and I want to see you as an individual happy. That's what's key too. Like you gotta genuinely want your significant other to be happy with what they possess and what they're trying to do with their life. And how do you fit into it? That is dope. At its highest order, is dope. You know what I'm saying? So I get to see it. Like I said, with my brother Hood and his wife, they genuinely rock with each other. You know, and that took time. You know, it wasn't something that came fresh out the gate. But to fast forward to right now, man, he don't never leave the crib like that. He just be like, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all pulling up? You know what I'm saying? Is y'all gonna pull up? Y'all not pulling up? I'll holler at you. But everything is funneled through that person that genuinely provides a substantial amount of just peace. And he's not moving off of that. Like he'll hit us with the, I'll be like, yo, you trying to go bowling? And you know, everybody in the family are bowling. He was like, yeah. But let me ask my wife first. See what she got going on. Because he genuinely understands if she moving and she got something planned for us, that is my family. That's my homie. I got to move in connection with them because they bring me so much to the table. If I move without notifying them, I'm throwing that out of dynamic. I can't risk throwing that out of dynamic. And I see that, and I'm like, okay, boom, that's something I gotta learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you call yourself being at peace, and that's your homie, and y'all at the level of intimacy where you feel like you can do that, why not?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I mean, you know me, I don't leave the crib.
Because I don't be seeing it like that. Like when I'm in a relationship, I literally will still move how I want to move. Like I'm gonna still communicate, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. In terms of like going to do stuff,
I mean,
I'm gonna let you know, but it's gonna get done.
I feel you. I feel you. But those moments of like just being like, hey, the fellas, or I feel like I want to do this, can literally take a minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it provides clarity. Or you be like, oh no, babe, hey, you remember we had to do X, Y, and D. But hey, yo, can we push it back later?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just going to be a flat out no. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, your number one priority at that stage in your life is your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, at that point it's easy. If you're growing and together, young, especially at your age, if you're growing and stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna be moments where you're gonna do your things with your guys, she's gonna do her things with her girls, or sometimes y'all can come together and do y'all thing. But trying to figure out life, it's gonna be moments where you're just like, I just need to go do my thing, and that's for everybody. But at the end of the day, like where I'm at in life right now, it's like, how is this going to affect my family? Mm-hmm. And that comes with my choices too. So if I mess up, I got to live with that mess up, and I got to be okay, and I got to respect with what she's going to do after I mess up, because I caused that. So, but it drives back to the point of, if I just would have communicated up front, I would have never messed up. That's literally.
Yeah, I might got some issues because I'm like, bro, like
that's all it really is.
Because if you tell me, if we got something planned and I forget, all right, cool, I ain't got no problem canceling. But if I want to do what I want to do, and you trying to tell me no just because in the name of a relationship,
I mean, I ain't saying that, man.
No, that's what I'm saying in general. I'd be like, so why don't you want me to go? If it ain't because we got plans and because I want to go, why don't you want me to go?
I mean, sometimes she just hit me with that. I just want you to be here. And real talk, bro. Real talk. Real talk. I ain't gonna spit what I always say because we're on camera. But look, it's a lot of things your girl can do for you that you always can't.
Right.
So at the end of the day, bro, it's like especially with what I got going on, it's like, hey, if my schedule crazy, her schedule crazy, and we got a night where it's like we both can literally just sit there and enjoy each other, I gotta take that.
Right.
Because that moment of 2-3 hours and you look over, we supposed to be watching a movie and she's snoring, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna come back home to her snoring anyway, so you might as well just tack on 2 more hours to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that times of intimacy, like we ain't even gotta say nothing to each other. So right now, I just want you in the crib. All right, but like you hit the homies, and you know, just like I know, we gonna talk trash.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta stay in the crib.
Absolutely.
But guess what? Like at the end of the day, we like, all right, bro.
I understand it.
We completely understand.
Facts.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm not saying like in the name of a relationship, but at its highest height, don't nothing beat your girl being like, dog, yeah, we good. You know what I'm saying? You more apt to throw her in the car and take a road trip than you would be the homies.
Facts.
My brother did that in a heartbeat. You be like, hey, bro, we going. Ain't no I. You're like, yeah, we going somewhere. I'm like, oh, you talking about the OGs? Nah, me and my wife. Like, and I'm like, oh, word, all right, cool, holla at me. Like, it's stuff like that. And when you maneuver right and you do the right thing, bro, you tend to get more blessings coming your way because everything is pure and genuine. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's something I'm learning. Something that I gotta fully understand. And I understand it, but to move in it is definitely different.
Yeah, I think in that too. Then the aspect and the level of intimacy between your homies gotta shift. Because then if she becoming the forefront of
Yeah, she's the stability.
Whatever, then you know what I'm saying, it's got to shift towards her more, which I think naturally you probably gonna gear more to how you feel into that. Which, like at the same time, like I don't know how I feel about that too, because then sometimes if you have the right friends, it's not really that much of an issue.
Right.
But at the same time, I know some friends be like, "Dang, like I feel like you changed, or I feel like I don't know you no more because of." Like that evolution of like your relationship.
I'm still that guy. Like at the end of the day, like depends on when you met me. It depends on the nickname I had at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Depends on what people saw me in that light. Like my high school nickname, like somebody catch me in public and say that, I'm like, what? Like, why do you even call me that? You know what I'm saying? But it's a part of who I am, and I had a hard time trying to. I was like, man, that's not me no more. I need to get that out of my system. When in all actuality, that phase in my life is pivotal to who I am now because I was assertive, I was aggressive. I got what I wanted, and I got what I needed, and I got what I deserved because I wasn't scared to get it. You know what I'm saying? So trying to, and of course that led me to get in some trouble for sure.
Yeah.
But fast forward till now, me trying to strip that whole side of me out. He's like, dang, you wasn't supposed to lose that. You actually need that. So learning to embody all that and accepting who that is and that intimate partner to be able to be like, yeah, I like that side too. Just know when to use it.
Right.
We good.
Perspective.
Yeah, we're good. You know what I'm saying? But again, time, people, you know, issues and all that jazz.
I feel like too, like we're not in a perfect world, but like it should be like how you speaking. But quickly, like just think about it, I'm like, if you got the wrong person, the level of intimacy like never really will shift. Like between your homies and your girl and you, because at the end of the day, you'll still be like, I'd rather go talk to the homies.
Yeah.
Than I would go talk to my girl.
Yeah. Because at that point, something is not being provided to you so you can feel that you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Or, again, making it personal, you just flat out being stubborn.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want to do it because you're not accustomed to it, and you don't want to grow because you know it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be weird. It's going to make you feel a certain way. When in all actuality, if you sit down and you provide that platform, you like, it's either she going to meet you or not. It's a 50-50. And either way, if you're a gambling person, 50% is high.
It's very high.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, you got to, and if at that point, if you have to question if your partner is going to accept it or not, it's a lot of reevaluation from jump. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm stubborn.
Facts. I'm
extremely
extremely stubborn.
It's not like I don't get provided the platform. I'm just stubborn. And then at a certain juncture, it's not gonna hurt anybody but me.
I ain't stubborn. I'm strong-willed.
Bro.
I'm strong-willed.
Yeah.
My aunt explained it to me. She was like, stubborn is like you're not gonna do it at all. Strong-willed is I ain't like the options you gave me, so I didn't do any of it. And I love that analogy. And I'm gonna stand by that.
She needs to stop. You being stubborn, bro. She needs to stop.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, right. I mean, for real, bro. Like, it's been a journey. So like, me being stubborn got me into certain places because again, I was persistent. But sometimes levels of persistence just need to die so you can experience the growth that you need. Because sometimes you just got to jump in cold water and you're going to shiver, but you're going to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Sink or swim, whatever analogy you want to throw out there. Like, you're going to have to experience some type of growth. Being stubborn and being persistent is not always conducive to that growth.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
you could be pursuing the wrong things.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. So, at the end of the day, that intimacy thing is big, man.
I think also too, like what women don't understand with men is that there got to be a level of safeness in terms of intimacy. because we so stubborn off rip, if you're not really providing that safe space or that platform to even speak, because I feel like a lot of men growing up, I mean, stereotypically, but even like numbers wise, it's like proven like men really don't have that voice at home to like voice their opinion about how they feel.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Whatever.
Yeah, but even then, it goes back to not being used to it. Sometimes that's just all it is. It's not the fact that they trying to fight you on it. It's just, bro, I'm not used to it. And then sometimes when people are more apt to freely speaking and telling everything how they feel, it's not, it gets, misconstrued and it's taken wrong,
right.
Or people use it against them and then they shut off. And then next thing you know, it's like, I ain't really rocking with you.
Exactly.
And then, people start going to other places to confide in, or people just shut down and shut off and just operate in their own funnel. And either way is bad. But operating in vulnerability is crazy.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I think, too, like, it's also, too, in how you present it to somebody, whether you're a male or a female. Because if you're always seeking someone's opinion or feelings, I feel like they're more apt to get comfortable sharing things with you. But if you're a person who's just like, oh, we're grown, you're going to communicate, and then when stuff hit the fan, you just kind of demanding them to communicate on the spot, when it's convenient to the situation or convenient for you, you're not going to get the best results, if any.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely me.
That's
definitely me. I wait till the very end and be like, well, no. And if I would have got that out initially, could have been nipped in the bud. But when you wait to the end, they like, yo, this is not even you. Why you so mad?
Right.
And you're like, bro, I've been feeling like this. I've been told you this. And you don't necessarily communicate it in it, like, holistically. You don't necessarily say everything. And then that's when it leads to. And then at that point, you already know. My mouth done got me in a whole lot of trouble. And again, that's something I gotta take to the chin, because I wasn't mature enough in that instance to say what I felt off the rip.
Yeah, because at that point, I feel like it's all about verbiage. Like, when you're expressing yourself, because I'll say something, I feel like I'll say something to you or Trey, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I get that. But I'll say the same thing to one of my homegirls, and they be like, okay, cool. And then I'll be like, what happened situation? I'll be like, I told you this, and this. And be like, I didn't know it was that deep. And I'm like, I said this. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, women are way more elaborative than men are.
Details, dog.
Yeah.
That get me in trouble too. I don't provide details. I provide the overview, imagine like a big paintbrush, and I dip it in paint. It's like,
what I think you need.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the overall thing.
There you go. That's all you need right there. That's good. When they are the person that takes the small toothbrush, the paintbrush, and dip it in, and they provide the eyelashes to the eye. We're just thinking about the eye.
Right.
But when they think about the entire picture, and you don't provide it, and they always feel like they gotta pull teeth from you, like just pulling teeth to get the minor details. It's not that they trying to control or be all up in your business. They just want to make sure they're gonna be in correspondence or cohesion with you.
Right.
Like, baby, you're moving, so I'm moving. So tell me what we're moving to. And if you just be like, yeah, we about to do this 2-step. They like, okay, to what song? Are we starting to the left or to the right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are we facing the wall? Are we like, baby, what are we doing? Like, because if we're just standing in the middle of the floor with no direction, baby, you supposed to lead. You're not leading, because we can't do everything that we need to do.
And we be screaming, just follow. Just follow.
And
don't worry about it.
Just follow. And they like, nah, because isn't it easier to do it together if we both know what we both doing? And again, you measure up her perspective and yours, and you bring it both together. Sometimes that picture is way more elaborative and way more comprehensive than you just throwing your picture up there.
Right. And if you want specific results, you give specific instructions.
There you
I
go.
definitely learned that through work.
There you go.
If you want something specifically done a specific type of way, you got to say that. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, they're going to do it how they want to do it. Or they're going to do it the way that they know how to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah. And then you're going to be mad. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
be mad.
I did not want this. They was like, well, what did you tell me to do?
You told me to do it. You didn't say how to do it.
There you go.
It's like I shouldn't have to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should.
That's a learning curve, bro. Like, again, like, I make plenty of mistakes, but one of the biggest issues I had was details. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a natural provider. Like, that's just who I am. Mm-hmm. I take on things. I add things to the plate. I do whatever I got to do. And I just be like, okay, you need that done? Okay. I get it done. She like, what are you doing? You told me to do that. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Huh? And then she like, dun. He'd be like, ugh. All right, bro. Like, you got it. Like, and you can't fight it because it's just simple. Bro, it's a basic premise of just like communicating. Mm-hmm. And I struggle with that sometimes just due to the simple fact of what I'm accustomed to.
You know, and that's crazy too because, again, like being detail oriented, like with other people and with other things, it's like, nah, this, and you can break it down, make it analytical. But when it comes to communication, it's like there's a gap.
Love, bro.
It's so crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like, so crazy.
It's love, man. Like I can literally sit here all day and be like, I tell my girl everything. And in the conversation, I come out like, babe, you only tell me half. I'm like, what are you talking about? She like, you tell me half. I know more is to that. You just giving me the brush over stroke.
Right.
So you'll be like, okay, babe. She'll be like, well, if that happened, I know that happened in between. And you like, but that ain't even that big of a deal.
Exactly. It's minor.
But for them, if you would have been like, hey, babe, like, I know this month we need to go to Costco, but we also got to get the tires done, get the brakes and all that done. You need something done. And what we normally buy from Costco might not all get bought. What do we need to do? At that point, she's enough. But if we go to Costco and it just be like, well, I bet we only getting half of this today. She gonna look at you like, what? Why?
You know we got the tires.
Yeah, and you wait to that moment. She like, well, why you just ain't say that off rip? I could have helped you, or we could have moved something around. Mm-hmm. Or baby, I got a little bit extra money in the bank, or I made a little extra money this month, and she could have helped you, but you ain't allow her to do that.
Yeah.
Again, bro, that's basic premise of communication that gets you out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like, is that like an imbalance of masculinity too? Because you feel like, as the provider, you like, I got it.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I got it. You gotta do what you gotta do. So why am I breaking it down to you to put more on your plate? Like,
but if you know better than that though.
Yeah.
Like, you know better. Like we are both kind of rare to a certain point where we were raised in the same house with the same parents, with the same siblings our entire life, and our parents are still together.
Yep.
So we know better, and we know what it looked like. So when we get into relationships, females are gonna see that. Well, women are gonna see that. They're gonna see it. So they're like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why you can't do this? I know you know better. I know you do.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I know you know, and you do. You do. It's just like growing in relationships, like what I'm used to compared to what I have now. Man, it's night and day.
Yeah.
It's night and day. Like I can walk home and be like, yo, I'm tired. All right, go take a shower. I got everything else. Prior to that, I'm tired. Well, look, dishes you need to cook. It's stuff you got laundry, all that. Ooh. Right, you feel what I'm saying? But now it's like you got more of a partner and it's balanced. But you're so used to not having it, you tend to step over into somebody else's lane of caring and sharing and being there for you. And then you make them feel inadequate. Like, they can't do nothing for you. When you feel like, I need to do this for you because this is how I love you. When you ain't gotta do all that.
Yeah. My mom told me like 2-3 years ago, she was like, you got a habit of dating projects. And I was like, what?
Bro, real talk.
What?
We make people projects.
Facts.
Yeah, man. It's not even that deep.
And I was like, she's like, yeah, like you like to provide, try to fix. She's like, and then when it's too late, she's like, you're left looking crazy. And I'm like, it's pretty accurate assumption,
Right.
But you know,
you just gotta take it for what it is and be okay with it because you already committed to the situation. At least let the situation get to a point where the situation speaks for itself and it cannot be tolerated. But if you're always trying to control it, trying to be this guy that can do it all, it's going to diminish because you're taking away from your partner. Your partner can't even prove that they're doing anything for you.
Yeah, I feel like too, if you're a provider, you have to be with a nurturer. Because whatever you're giving, she gon' get back to full because she taking care of your spirituality, your
emotions,
physical, mental, emotions. Yeah, she helping balance all that.
Right.
But if you just with somebody who's just gonna be like, yeah, he does it all. Like I don't know how he does it, and she just in her own world, and you over here going through it, guilty. You just gonna be like, bro, what? Why are you
stuck
even
like
here?
Chuck? Yeah, stuck like Chuck.
And when she do something wrong, it's she catching everything.
Yeah, mine's do it like for sure. And she'll tell me like, you doing too much. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And she's like, okay. And deliberately go in the room, watch a movie, chill. And then like 3 days later, she's like, babe, you look real tired. I'm like, yeah, I am. She's like, well, I told you to sit down. You ain't do it. And I'm like, stuff had to be done. She's like, yeah, I understand that, but that's what I'm here for. You ain't gotta do everything on your own. And having that mentality, bro, that's gonna get you in trouble, big time.
But what is that makes you like not want to say nothing? Because I have that same issue like with everybody. I won't ask for anything if I don't need it. If I specifically need something, I will. But outside of that, I'm like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I can do it, and I'm not gonna get tired.
Maturity, bro. That's all I can really ping it to. You gotta trust the situation. You wouldn't put yourself in a situation you wouldn't necessarily understand that you couldn't trust off rip. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm like, all right, bro. And I'm built for them. I love being in relationships. But I also gotta be able to stay in a mind frame of we're growing together. Not just me putting you on a pedestal and I'm gonna carry you for the rest of our lives. Right. We gotta grow together. You gonna hate me sometimes, I'm gonna hate you. And one of the biggest things my brother always told me, bro, he said they can fight, but the house still be at peace. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is crazy. You know,
that's
me,
a
bro.
learned skill.
If we fighting, ain't no peace of a day. And it's hostility, is tension. It's like, man, no. And he was like, that peace leads to a talk. That talk leads to an intimate conversation. And that conversation, that intimacy leads back to love and everything's fine. But to be able to be at odds and still be at peace in a house creates a home.
Different type of
that creates a home.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to establish that. And that comes to basic communication.
Yeah, the growing together piece is definitely the part that I feel like I probably need to pay more attention to because you get so lost. Sometimes you'll get on the stride and you get so lost in your own growth and you be like, I'm here. And then you're not really in tune with the other person's growth or theirs is taking a different type of, like, it could be really fast and then it could slow up or it could stop and you really just like, what you doing? Like, I'm over here doing this, and this.
I'm the opposite.
But
I'm the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I'm total opposite. I'm the one that's like, I want you to grow, baby. I am the cheerleader in your corner. Grow.
See, that's me until you stop. When I see you stop, it's like,
nah.
Now I'm like, what are you doing? Why aren't you growing?
I'm the coach. All right, look, you did this wrong yesterday at 4:21. If you would have slid to the left a couple inches, that banana peel that you tried to throw in the trash can would have went in.
Yeah.
I'm him. But baby, I still support you because you know what? That next time that banana peel going in.
I'm that person. I'm that person that's gonna give you your options and gonna like be like this, and this, and this. What you gonna do about it? And then once I see you not really trying to do nothing about it, I'm like, do something now. Yeah. Like that's me.
I'm the guy that's gonna give you the look like, all right, babe, where we at? What we got going on? What's in your head space? Because I still got my pom-poms in my hand. So I got a bad tendency of feeding into other people, and I don't necessarily gauge what is getting fed to me because I'm obsessed with you growing.
Yeah.
And then I forget about myself. So that's how I'm opposite. So now me being assertive, actually getting what I need out of life, it actually gives you more confidence and all that other jazz. So yeah, I'm the pom-pom guy.
I don't know if it's selfish or not, but I never worry about me because I feel like I'm so in tune with myself. I'll know when something off, like I'm not really feeling this today. So I'll be like,
I can't even say that.
My growth part, I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like I'll know whenever I stop or I hit like some type of bump.
Oh yeah, I hit a fog, and I'm like, like I'm off, or I feel like I ain't in. Like for me, I know when I'm off when my workouts don't hit. I'm like, God. Yeah, I'm like, all right, that workout was trash. Like we had a bad workout like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm sore, but that joint was trash, bro. Like I take stuff like that super personal, and that's because that's my craft, and that obsession led me to where the brand is now. But that obsession crossing over into my love was not good. Was not good. You gotta accept those off days. That don't change your love. That don't change the person that you're in love with. You're gonna have off days. And instead of me trying to communicate the off, I tried to just fix it or try to avoid it and not voice what's actually going on. And then that whole provider thing kicks in. Like, I'm all right, bro. She good. Knowing I'm not good.
Right.
Not just brushing under the rug and stuff like that. So, yeah, bro, when it comes to that whole growth piece and being at home and loving your home and being content with home and not really even being apt to even look to see if somebody's house is even functioning. That is a marvelous feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got to do a better job of that, like in terms of everybody. Just I understand everybody's growth is the time frame of it is
it moves different.
It moves different. Yeah. My issue of it is the grace piece for sure, because I'd be like, so we really gonna sit here for 6 months and be commit insanity? Like you gonna keep doing the same thing even though you know this is not gonna do it? All right, I'm gonna suffer for 6 months. After 6 months, you gonna hear it every single time it happens. Because now
that's all in toleration too, man. Yeah, that's all in toleration. You know what you can do. You know what you can tolerate. You know what you're capable of doing. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's solely subjective up to the people that's in their relationship. Because there's no timeline. Like growth isn't linear. Growth doesn't have a timeline. None of that. Growth is just, it's there. And whatever it comes, it comes. When it goes. And you just got to keep pushing.
And I feel like, too, because my mom always, she be saying stuff like, take the worst thing in a person and put it in a box. It never changes. Could you still be with that person? And I'm like, that's a good way to think about it. But at the same time, I can't imagine someone not growing in an area for the rest of their life. I can't fathom that.
I can.
I can't even fathom that.
I can. And that just speaks to, that's just the competitor side of me. Some people just will not, just because they don't have the fortitude. And yeah, I understand why you can't fathom it, but you have to also understand some people just don't have it in them to do.
Yeah, that is true.
And that is an acceptance. Like, you just say, okay. Like, oh, bro, you know you shooting a rock. you gotta flick your wrist. You gotta follow all the way through. If you never work on it, if you don't possess the fortitude to get yourself into a position to consistently do it, I gotta accept that you don't want it. Yeah. And you gotta live with it. Like, you just gotta be like, all right, bro, that just is what it is, but I'm gonna put you over here.
In a box.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you
going right in the box.
And even with your mom's analogy, even if you remove the worst quality of somebody, sometimes that worst quality is the worst thing about them because nobody took the time to see what happened to make it come that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna dig to make you have some sense of vulnerability to be like, why do you have this quality and why is it so bad?
Yeah, and the worst quality about somebody can sometimes be their best quality.
For sure.
Because like you be over passionate.
Yeah.
That'd be like, oh yeah, I know, like she always gonna fight for the relationship. Then on the other side, it's like
she doing too much.
You're gonna do too much. Yeah. Whenever it's the wrong time.
And again, that's communication, bro. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta be able to be like, all right, yo, I'm feeling the way. Like,
right.
I need you to understand where I'm about to come from, but I understand who you are as a person. Let's meet each other in the middle. Because to me, like I always tell Ray, like, I'd be like, okay, imagine, one of them medieval tables, them long joints, where the king and queen sit at the opposite end. It's just this big old space. I was like, look, we got a problem right now. When we got a problem, we come to this table. As long as you give me 100% you and I give you 100% me, whatever that main course is at the middle of the table, we always going to be able to eat from it. But if I got to come push the plate to you sometimes, that's okay. And if you got to come push the plate to me sometimes, that's okay. But when we get to the bottom of the issue, we both have to be able to put 100% into resolving it. And that's the only way we're going to be able to get across the table. But being at opposite ends of the table and not eating together is not acceptable. Can't do that. Because at the end of the day, again, we beefing. We not at peace.
Yeah.
We not at peace. But we can beef. We can agree to disagree. But I still need to have some peace at home. I still need to be able to be like, all right, bro, I love you. I want to cuddle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you don't always have to have that. You don't always have to have that conversation after it happens. Sometimes it's best to let that joint die down and get rational, and then come back and be like, "Nah, for real. What was you saying? Because I didn't understand this, and this, or why did you react this way?" And they're like, "Well, I was trying to tell you this, and this," and it's less invoked, and provoked emotion.
Like, bro, sometimes you just get to the point where you just like, all right, I'm sorry too, and the conversation is never even had.
Yep.
And you just at an understanding where it's like,
can't do that no more.
We ain't at that point no more, my boy. So let's just go ahead and apologize and keep it moving. Because I need you, you need me, blase, type deal. So yeah, definitely. I done learned a lot from my brotherhood for sure. I always told him if he got married, I'm for sure getting married. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's living proof right there. Like, when you really, really about doing the genuine thing and doing it right, it's always going to come back tenfold, big time. Because you're going to get your blessings. You're going to get what you deserve. And you just got to be okay with the process.
Yeah. You got to be patient with that process. Because I'm a result, first person. I'm like, I need results.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm a result person off the rip, because again, speaking to the competitor side of me, I know everything is not gonna be, I put the practice in today, I'm gonna get the result tomorrow.
Oh no.
I know I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Not that thing. But if I do something that I'm specifically working on, and I've been working on it, throwing myself into situations like that, I'm expecting results fast. Because I'm gonna push myself.
That's you though.
Exactly. That's my imbalance.
Yeah, but you pushing that onto everybody else too, unknowingly.
Yeah.
It happens, bro. Like, you hold yourself to this esteem of, I know I can get there fast. let's crank this bad boy up, and it make people uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be in there, and it's like borderline perfectionism. It's like, why are you obsessing so bad over trying to do this the right way?
Yep.
When the right way is, okay, hey, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. You know me so well. Help me get there. It takes less pressure. It takes the pressure off everybody in the crib. Not everybody working together.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that competitiveness. Like, oh, if I can push myself and get here, and you're still there, and I did it by myself, I just imagine what's gonna happen when I get some help. It's over.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
That's still unfair though.
Yeah, it is.
I wholeheartedly feel you on multiple levels on that, but it's not conducive, man. Like, especially if your partner is not used to that obsessive drive to just do. Like, it's an obsession. Like, it's just like,
it really is.
You slightly crazy, low key.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
absolutely.
So like, it could be a turn off. It's like, why are you doing all that to accomplish this? And it's like, yo, it's just me. And it's like, yo, but relax, bro. Like,
never
chill out. Like, we ain't out here training for the Olympics, my boy. Like, sit still. Like, if I don't work out for a while, I'm cranky.
Yeah,
I'm super cranky. Like, I'm like, bro, if I got like 3 days where I ain't did nothing like physical, the house gonna feel that. Oh yeah. It's like the kids. I wish you would do something wrong. Everybody going in their room. It's quiet time. No iPads. No nothing. Judah better not cry. He better have his pacifier. Honor better be quiet. Man. Eli better be sitting on that bed crisscross applesauce. If you look at me crazy, it's on. That's how obsessive that can become.
Yeah.
And when people feel that, it's like, bro, it's okay. You human and you need that break. Mm-hmm. And to have somebody that provides that type of clarity for you, you got to take heed to it. Yeah. You're not gonna always be able to do what you want when you want, and that's a part of life.
That's my biggest thing now is if it don't matter really what it is. If it's something that I really love or I'm really competitive in, I'm like, if I ain't won, if I feel like I ain't winning, oh yeah, I feel you. Everybody gonna feel that. I would be like, nah, I ain't won. I hate feeling like I lost. I hate losing in general. So when I lose,
yeah, man.
Now it's like more calm with basketball because I'm like, all right, we playing pickup. Let me just keep it down a notch.
And that's one reason why I stopped. Like I didn't play football this past spring. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was getting too competitive. Like I felt like I was still that guy. I'm not. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not that guy. Yes, I'm still in great shape, good health. You know, thank God for that. But I was like, bro, I'm giving up my Sundays to do this, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? I don't want to do that. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill with the kids. So when I told Shorty, I was like, nah, I don't think you want to play. She was like, huh? I was like, yeah, nah, I don't. And that came with me because I was falling into that, you know, trusting my situation. Like, she told me I ain't got to be that guy. And to be honest, the competitive nature of me, I'd rather drive that through a video game than actually playing football right now.
I feel you.
Yeah, so it
get dangerous.
So it's like, man, like, nah, I just rather, you know, go to mom and dad's house, take the kids over there, play in the yard, eat some food, and go home. Like, I find a lot more value in my family forefront than I do exceeding my competitive need now. So it's again, that was definitely a moment of realization when I was like, dang, like I'm turning into a husband out here. Mm-hmm. You know, looking at family cars and all that jazz. So it's been cool. I done softened up. You know, kids do that to you. Honor definitely did that to me, big time. Mm-hmm. That's a little girl. So I treat her way differently, and she gravitates to me way differently than she would her mom. So it's definitely one of those things where once I felt that like daddy daughter thing, I was like, wow. Like, yo.
Yeah, you gotta
like,
chill on certain stuff.
I was like, whoa. Like, even like playing, like play fighting. Me and E will be up in there, look like we about to slap box.
Mm-hmm.
And then Honor come over there and be like, I want to do it too. And I was like, all right, bet. But then, like, it'll click in your head, like, nah, baby girl, we ain't gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll find a different way to do something. But, yeah, it definitely softened me up and it backed my competitive nature down. Like, you know me now, I'll bow out quickly and be like, I'm out lifting you today. You ain't lifting enough. Okay. Like, all right, bro, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna fight you on that because at the end of the day, baby, like, if you really feel like you outlifting me right now, or I'm not working hard enough, and you want me to step on your toes, I'll do it off camera. But I'm not finna do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to dent her ego because, I mean, in her own right, she a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like, I ain't got nothing to prove. Like, I done did a lot in 30 years. So it's like, now I'm at that point where it's like, a lot of settling is okay with me because I'm ready to sit down and just be like, yeah, all right. Yeah, boys coming over, we having barbecue today. It's a playground in the backyard. We got water guns.
See, I feel like I'm at that like more so relaxed stage, but that competitive drive is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Like the prime of it is at an all-time high.
Ain't nothing wrong with
and
it,
I will
bro.
literally compete at anything. And it doesn't matter.
Sure.
And it doesn't matter what it is. I can know for 100% I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna act.
Yeah, you gonna lace them boots up.
I'm
ain't
still gonna
wrong
lace
with
it up.
Man. That drive will get you a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
That drive got me to where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, dealing with somebody like I'm dealing with right now, they'll douse that out in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, you better sit your tail down somewhere. And you gotta listen.
Yeah.
It'll
happen with people who won't compete back with you. That irritates me, but at the same time, it does bring a balance to you.
Jingle. I'm gonna say this with clarity. She's not gonna back down.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's not.
She is not backing down. Like, bro, she
going down with the ship.
Bro, and if she feel like I'm to the point where I'm disrespecting her with me, like,
not even trying for real,
bruh. Yo, she like, all right, bet. So like the next time we go to the jail, she'll be like, we doing back, and I'm like, wow, we just did it 3 days. We doing back, and I'm like, okay, and she'll literally every weight I do, she will try her best
to do it,
to
let you know.
They're like, bro, I'm not playing with you. Like, and I'm like, yo, you about to hurt yourself. No, I'm not. And I'd be like, dog, like, hey, I got it, bet. And she'll literally ride the whole workout. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the workout, she'll give me that look like, respect. Like, you better respect me, boy. Like, I ain't here to play with you. So, in that nature, it's cool. But she know when to turn it off. Mm-hmm. Like, she's fully submissive. Like, hey, I don't want to do this, but baby, I know it's best for us. So, look. I'm gonna bow this out. Do what you got to do. As long as it makes sense for us, we good. Yeah, that's what brings us balance. She knows how to turn it off.
I was about to say that's good though, because I had somebody like that. Granted, I was younger, but we're going to the extreme with it. Because I'm the person. I'm not going. Like if you call me out on something, I'm gonna try to demolish your ego right then and there.
That's crazy.
But like in terms of what we're competing at, so if you talking about playing basketball, don't. I'm gonna crush it. Then
I'm gonna talk trash to you about basketball all day, every day.
Exactly.
That's just me. Mm-hmm. But I see what you're saying, man. But you're at an all-time high right now.
Yeah. But even when I was younger, like I felt like that, and then she'd be like, "Okay, like I can't beat you at this. We're gonna take it to another level. Now we're gonna up the stakes.
That's a fact.
And both of us will keep upping it until we're in
out.
dangerous territory.
Yeah, you tapping out. Yeah,
so,
I got you. I mean,
I'm glad that works because I can't because I'll take it to the next level. I'm not losing, and you're not gonna call me out repeatedly and me not answer. I'm not there yet.
I definitely pick my battles now.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do that. I am a betting man. You know that.
Absolutely.
I bet on anything in the crib. Mm-hmm. Anything. Like I don't like that. Probably like 2 months ago, I was like, if what happened? We was doing something. I think we was playing a game, and I was like, you score 14 points, I'll do the dishes for a month. But if you don't, you gotta do this for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Bet. Or say if
the game.
Yeah, for sure. Like say one of the kids, I'm like the kids to a T. So like say if one of the kids about to do something, I'm like I bet Eli gonna finish his food today. I was at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he gonna finish his food first today. 10 push-ups. Bet. She owed me like 1,000 push-ups, by the way.
That's so weak.
But like stuff like that, that's the point I'm at now. But when we first started dating, bro, like she was one of them people that didn't understand my competitive nature was gonna drive you crazy. So she just fed into it.
Yep.
So like
That's the worst thing you can do.
One day she was like, "We going bowling." I said, "Bro, stop. We're going bowling." I said, "Okay." And she said, "We putting a bet up." I said, "Okay." So I was like, "What you got?" She said, "How much your stuff costs altogether?" I was like $500, $600. She's like, "All right, if I win, you gotta buy me the same stuff you got, and I want some shoes." I said, "All right, bet." I said, "But if you lose, you owe me $500." And she was like, "All right, bet."
Hey,
I went that thing and laced her boots, laced her. I still ain't got that money to this day, boy. But I laced her boots, and she was hot. And I was
so weak.
And she was like, "You set me up." I was like, "Look, I told you this is not what you want." She was like, "That's not telling me anything." I said, "I told you."
She wouldn't have listened regardless.
"This is not what you want." And I laced them boots. I laced them. But fast forward to now, she ain't gonna do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna do that no more. Like I'll bet her about growth in the weight room. I know she gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the bet that I already solidified, I know I was gonna give up the bread anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like stuff like that now, that's where I'm at. But for you, be happy that you're there. Because it's gonna get you places, bro.
Yeah.
Be happy about that. You're gonna need that, especially with where we work. You gonna need
facts. Right now I'm unapologetic about it. I'm like, move or get ran over. Ain't no in between. And but it's translating across the board in terms of everything else. I'm just like, move or get ran over. And I'm like, why are you acting like that? I'm not. Just move.
It's a level of assertiveness that you need for growth, bro. Mm-hmm. For sure. Like it's a level of things that you have to possess in order to optimize your own potential.
Facts.
Like you just have to have it. And like I consider myself a late bloomer in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just understanding that I have to be able to put myself in a position to just grow and be okay with the growth and the bumps and bruises, and knowing that my partner is growing right alongside me without me trying to dip my hand into it all the time.
Facts.
Yeah, because if I worry about doing what I need to do, she gonna do what she need to do, and we gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something I'm definitely like new to.
Yeah.
You gonna get there, bro.
I'm about to say it's not gonna be today, but I'm definitely gonna get there. Because in my head right now I'm competing. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for Monday.
I feel you, but you know what I mean. Like just sticking to the script and understanding where you at. You gonna get there regardless if it happens Monday or not.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And even business wise, podcast wise. You know, work related, relationship related, or even finding ways to give back to the people that gave to you. If you do what you're supposed to do and you do it genuinely, everybody gonna get back what they supposed to get back in return. Right. It's just gonna take time. You know what I mean? So you gonna be alright, bro. You just gotta stop being a control freak. You be alright.
I'm trying.
And that's it, bro. Then you be straight.
I'm trying. Well, in conclusion, I got a 2-part question.
Okay.
A 2-part question. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to ask first. We did the 5 dinner guests last time. That was really good. I feel like I got to top that. It's the competitive driving me now. I'm like, got to be something better than that. First one though, while I'm just gonna ask, cause I asked you top 3 things you want to see in the podcast. You said more of an antagonist approach. Who would you like to see on here with that antagonist approach that you know?
Man. You could put EJ on here any day.
Oh my God.
You can throw him on here
Oh
any
my
day.
God.
He gon', even if he know you right,
He gonna push that needle.
For sure.
Yeah.
You can throw him on here. Of course, Trey.
Yeah.
But female wise, well, woman wise.
Those are 2 good ones. I didn't even think about EJ.
Yeah, EJ would be perfect. Woman wise, I know some women that'll definitely do some justice. You know, Ray ain't got no problem with pushing no needle. Yeah, she ain't got no problem. She might push it too far. Might have to be the coach in the corner and tell her to calm down.
I know, holding up signs like, "Hey, relax."
Yeah. Yeah, we got some people, bro. We got some people. You know, I'm always here to hold you down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't necessarily disagree. Only reason why we got different viewpoints is because of experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that provides clarity from a different point of view of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, like, to have an antagonist amongst a union is always...
Right.
It's always key.
Cause if I'm the antagonist, I'm not in my element.
Yeah, no,
because I'm gonna push it.
Yeah, nah, yeah, you definitely can't do that.
And we gonna push it. We gonna take it to the top.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
You need somebody that's off the kilter to themselves and just naturally do it without even being provoked.
Right.
And EJ is perfect for that. Trey is perfect for that.
Trey is.
Yeah, he's perfect for that.
Different.
Like, he'll tell you no just to be like no.
Yeah.
And be like, why? Because I said so. And you're like, bro, come on. But other than that, yeah. My boy Cash.
Ooh. Yeah, Cash
yeah,
would be good.
We can get Cash on here. He's definitely one of those persons that, he one of my OGs. He provides a lot of clarity on things that I would never even think or try to process. You feel me? Well, yeah, we can get them people on here, bro. Mm-hmm. Or you can just get a permanent co-host that's an antagonist.
Oof.
Could do that.
I could.
Yeah, or expand it to 3 and have something unionized and something like that. And you know, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Have somebody that's permanent, but always be willing to, you know, expand that a little bit. Like I said, I ain't saying nobody like Skip Bayless. I think he just be saying stuff for TV.
I think he do too. But low key, I feel like he deep down probably believes it to an extent.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, dog.
Because Skip I ain't never seen nobody go down with the ship. Even when they wrong, they still stand on what they said.
I think that's for TV, bro.
That's crazy.
He been around sports too long.
That is true.
To really feel the stuff he say. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Outlandish.
You been around the game too long. Like, he hate on LeBron for no reason. Absolutely no reason. But that's another topic. But yeah, bro. There you go. That's a couple people right there.
Appreciate it. Lastly, you thought you was gonna get out of this, but you're not.
What?
What's next for Follow Through Performance?
Man.
What's next?
What's
next?
You know,
we still ain't got the merch.
You know, I don't like divulging stuff,
we still ain't got the merch, but that's a different story.
Well, I mean, you heard the conversation I had with our merch director. Yeah. She and I have came up with some new concepts for the summer, and me being more prone to actually doing what I'm supposed to do for the brand. Everybody can expect something to be dropping in September. I'm not going to say what, but you can definitely expect that by September. We've been exploring stepping over into the talking world. You know me, I'm not.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not the biggest
public speaker.
I hate it, but my dogs, like my guys, love it. Like AJ and Cash, I kill it. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that Mac would desire for the brand, especially from a wellness standpoint. So that's something we're going to be working on as well. We're definitely going to be expanding into more schools, giving back to the community in ways of training and conditioning, and try to do a little bit more reaching out to the community as far as like offering classes at like apartment complexes and stuff like that. So yeah, we moving, man. It's just me being me. I feel as if what we have right now is just fine, but in the words of Mighty Mouse back at home, you ain't doing nothing until you prove it. So yeah, follow through performance, man. Just know we coming. That's all I can say to that, bro.
September. I'm never gonna let you stop hearing that. Every month from until then, you gonna hear that.
Yeah, just know it's coming, man. Because I've been dragging my feet on it, honestly. And as a CEO, that's not conducive to growth. So I'm definitely gonna get on that.
All right.
Oh yeah, shout out to my little sister, man. Right here.
I need a hat.
She made this hat.
I need a hat
for me, man.
I need a hat.
She's wonderful with the art. She does shoes, clothes.
What's her ad name? Hold on, we gonna find
I
that.
think it's like
Art D Will.
Yeah, Art D Will 12 or something like that. Make sure you shout my sis out, man.
RD_Will D Will. So
Yeah.
ARTDE_DWILL.
She
We're gonna put the ad name in here.
She killed the hat, man. Shout out. She dropped it off right before the podcast, man. Clutch.
Without my hat.
Yeah, Mike is not family, so we don't care. So yeah, shout out to her, man. If you need any hat needs, clothing needs, hit her up. We're gonna drop her in the podcast, man. Make sure you guys reach out to her.
Facts. But appreciate your services for the month.
Always a pleasure.
It's about time.
Good to be here, man.
It was about time.
I mean, hey, look, I told you we can do this every Saturday, but you playing?
No, I'm not playing.
Yeah, you playing. We can do this every
playing.
Saturday. I got a lot to talk about sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes.
If
Then you
I'm
go
in
in
the
your
mood
shell
for
and
it.
I be like, are you alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh, I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay.
You know, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm good. You gotta get this in, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Come
of
on,
course.
man. He's about to
of
forget.
course. No, I wasn't. I was going to wait to the end and be like, you thought I forgot. That's my signature now.
But you be forgetting. That's the wild part.
Hey, chill. Nah, Golden Milk Body Moisturizer from the So Soft collection.
Okay.
You can put this anywhere. You can put it on your face. You can put this on your body. It's good for moisturizing. If you got dry skin, put this on. So everybody that be ashy in the summertime, you need this in your life.
Wintertime. That's key.
And wintertime too.
Skin be cracking.
But yeah, I put it with the I used it with the soap from last episode, and I've been using those two hand in hand, and you don't really need much. It's really good. But I rock with it. Definitely. I made up my mind from the last time that I had it on here that it's definitely good.
Okay.
With the soap.
That's a bet.
So shop Naughty by Nature.
Naughty
Use
by
code
Nature.
Mike10 for 10% off your order. And that's a wrap for the Rapper Cat podcast. You can follow me at Mike the Young OG. You can follow Jay at
Follow Through Performance
on Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
and TikTok and Twitter.
Yeah, we on Twitter too.
And
man.
Twitter. You can follow me or follow the podcast at RAPCAP podcast.
Yeah.
That was rough. RAPCAP podcast.
Sheesh.
Follow hey. Normally I just be spitting that joint like it's a woo. I don't know what happened. If you follow on Twitter, remove the T and add the 1. We about to be on Facebook this week.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what's up.
Yeah. So
That's
we gonna get that cracking, and y'all tell me and Jay if we rapping and capping. Happy 2-year anniversary to the podcast.
Yes, sir.